Namaste, y'all. You know, I saw a T-shirt the other day and at Target, and I had to get a few supply things there, and it said Namaste, y'all, and I wanted one so bad, but it had 50% polyester and 50% cotton, and I cannot do polyester anymore. It just makes me itch like crazy, and so I understand why John runs around without a shirt on. Okay, so even cotton when you're out sweating in this heat is crazy. Okay, so this is a juice I made for diabetics, and it is wonderful. And it's another one that's really good without the sugar. I really like it, and this is one I'll drink tonight when I'm ready to. Your green juices kind of calm you down because there's no sugar in them. And then your fruit juices kind of give you a lot of energy. So I try to drink all my fruit juices. I'm kind of wired right now on raspberry water-made lemonade juice that I made. This is day 7 of my juice fast feast. And for y'all that are tuning in, I did several videos this morning, one on how to do enemas and so forth and so on, which was funny. My neighbor told me, "Oh my gosh, you crack me up on your videos." And I said, well, you know, I'm just being me, just raw and real. And that's the way it goes. I'm going to back up here a little bit so you can kind of see from a distance here what a mess I've got. And this is my chef jacket. People are asking me, what is that red thing? Well, it's a Gojiberry Terri chef jacket. Okay, so here we go. And it's kind of tight right now. It won't be after I get the fast done. Okay. Now, how's that? Can you see what I'm doing? Okay, so this is 16 ounces is what I got out of it. And here's what I did. About 13 ounces of celery. I mean, about 13 stalks, or probably a whole thing of celery. A whole, bunch of celery. And then a couple of large kale leaves. So about that much kale. And then about this much parsley, and oh, I forgot the lemon. Hold on. And 1 peeled lemon. This time I kept in the seeds and the white stuff because they're very, very beneficial, especially when you're in a lot of pain, because the seeds have why can't I ever say that? Salicylic acid in them, which are, if you Google it, it's a great benefit. It's one of the things that aspirin has in it, but this is a natural form of it. So the seeds can give you a little bit of pain relief. So it's good to, sometimes, I have a citrus juicer, and sometimes most of the time, when I'm juicing a lot, I juice my citrus in that because it's just a lot faster. But you peel the lemon, because you don't want to put the peeling in the haram. It'll make everything really bitter. And it's great to save, though, when you're going hiking, because what I do is I take the lemon and I twist it, and the mosquitoes don't like it, and I'll rub them all over me. In fact, I'm going to do some now. This morning I had done this because the mosquitoes were all over me. But it's great for mosquito repellent, the lemon oil. And all your citrus oils, mosquitoes and bugs really don't care for. That's why you don't have to buy organic citrus. So, because the deep roots run deep, and they don't spray them because the bugs don't need them. They don't like that citrus. And we use them in cleaners and whatnot because they kill bacteria and stuff. So lemons are very great for pulling stuff out. Okay, so you put a lemon in, alternate it with maybe some. I've already made this one, which I'm going to be drinking tonight. And I wanted to show it to you in a minute, though, because we're not going to juice this whole thing because of time's sake. Okay, so you got 1 whole lemon, you got 1 whole bunch of celery, you got about this much kale, or 2 large leaves, or 4 small, or 3, 1 large, 2 small. And then about a handful of Italian parsley. I love Italian parsley, and this is one of your aromatic herbs that helps keep your breath and your pets and everything smelling good when all the toxins are coming out. And then a half of a cucumber, big cucumber. It was about this big. I already juiced half of it. And we'll just kind of alternate this stuff a little and put some more celery in, and then put some lemon in. And okay, and the last thing that I do to give it a really great flavor is I have this, it's Himalaya salts, and you can buy them online or you can buy them at some of the health food stores. I really like them because they're organic, and it's Himalaya, the deep mine salt. And it's got this one, what I did, you can see the writing on it, I changed it. I popped the top off, I kept the salt, and instead of using the Himalayan salt, I put some Redmond real salt in there. And I had some little Asian finger chilies. I don't know if y'all have ever seen these little chili peppers, but they are so hot. Well, they dried up, and so I put them in my little, well, it's actually a coffee bean grinder is what I used to use it for, but it makes them real small, and you can grind them up real good. And I put some of those in with the salt. So this is kind of my chili salt, I call it. And it was a chili salt from them, but when it ran out, I reused the container. I'm all about reusing and saving the earth. All right, so we put the kale in there. So in the very end, let me turn that off. In the very end, what I do is I sprinkle quite a bit, but you got to be careful with this because once you put it in there, you can kind of, let me see if you can see this. You can see the little red flakes and the seeds. It gets hotter and hotter and hotter. I like a little spice, and I know my dad does too, and I'm going to be working with him, and he's diabetic, and this is a really good one. I really, really like this juice. And it's not so nasty tasting. You know, a lot of people, when they first start juicing and they haven't been juicing, they're not used to the flavors and the taste of the greens. I love them by themselves. You can stop and not even put the chili salt in there, but to me, it just gives it that extra, and it's so tasty. Let me taste it. Oh yeah, it's already getting a little hotter, but it gets hotter when you put it in the fridge and put the lid on it. Now, I recommend, and so do most all the juice gurus, I don't know any that don't, that you use mason jars. And the reason is because what destroys the biophotons and the nutrients and the enzymes is heat, air, and sun. So you want to put them in the refrigerator with the airtight little lids on there. And then they're good for 3 days. After 3 days, not so great. So you want to drink them within 3 days. I juice enough to take on a trip with me when I'm juicing. And what I do is I put my frozen water bottles. I fill these up with my good water in case I need to drink them in an emergency. And they're juice bottles or coconut water bottles or whatever. And I will stick these in the bottom of my little roller cooler container. And I have a small one and I have a large one. And I'll put my juices in there with those and put them right next to me in my vehicle, so I have something to grab if I get hungry. So you always have to be prepared. And, you know, I think in the Holy Scriptures it says something about when you go off to battle, you have to put your helmet on and your breastplate and have your sword or your shield, or guess what? You lose. So being prepared and planning ahead is very important. If you're going to run out and have to do things, it's a good idea to have a little cooler and put your juices in there. So anyway, that one, I don't know what I'm going to call this one. I'm definitely going to put it in my recipe book because it is a new one I just did for my dad. So I may call it JC Green Juice. How about that, JC? Here's to ya. Namaste. Shalom. Satnam. Peace. Love you. Thanks for watching my videos. Y'all give them thumbs up. Give me some comments, and I'm going to start trying to do better on my videos. Right now I'm doing a solitude vacation. I've taken a little time off to be able to get myself cleaned out again. So, namaste. Shalom. Satnam. Peace. I've got to slow down. I'm a little bit hyper from the juice and the bike ride. It kind of got me, my energy level going. And I'm fixing to do some calming meditation and then do some my paperwork and stuff. So take care, enjoy, press through, and kudos, and the best day ever for you this coming week.